Hey, welcome ladies and gentlemen to your Fun Fishing Adventures channel. I'm Scotty. I'm going to a place I've never fished. Well, I fished the lake itself, but I've never actually walked down to the spillway. I've always been in my boat. So this is a trail. I don't know how long it goes on. It's kind of muddy. It's kind of rocky. It's pretty. You know, I'm making this trip down here and I don't even know if I can fish because I went and looked at the rest of the lake that I could at least get to, and it is full of ice still. And what ice you couldn't see on the surface, if you look below the water, you could see it there. So with that being said, I'm carrying all this junk down here, and I forgot my minnow net again. I have 3 of them in my truck, but I forgot to get one. So we're going to walk down this trail, carrying all this garbage, and see if we can find a spot to do some catfishing or crappie fishing. And I know there's a river below the spillway. I don't really know the access to it. So if nothing else, I might be able to go down to that river and catch a fish or two. So let me get down here and get set up and we'll see what we can catch. All right guys, I hear some running water. I still can't see the lake, but if there's water running over the spillway, that is probably a really good sign that I'm going to be able to fish. And even if I don't catch anything, I'm trying. It's going to be 50 something degrees today, so hopefully them crappie will come up on the bank at least a little bit and get out of that ice, and we'll catch a couple for the Sunfish King tournament. All right, so after making that little journey down that long trail, it was nice and muddy and wet. I finally get down to the lake. As you can see, it's all ice. And if you look down here, you can see the ice. So the ice is underneath the water still yet. Boy, this makes this a hard day. There's one spot I can fish, I think. And it's right over there along that spillway, if I can get to it. There's a lot of water running over it. It is like 14 feet deep right there. Pretty close to it. But the problem is there's a fence over there to stop you from going over to that area. So unless I can find a way to cast around that fence, I might not be fishing. I did see one more spot that's a possibility, but it's not right here. I'll have to go all the way back by where the little pier is at, which I'll show you guys when and if I get over there. So this is the aggravation of winter. You know, in the summer it gets too blasted hot to fish a lot of the times, and in the winter when it freezes, you're down for a week or two. And this is really bad. Not good for fishing at all. All right, well, hang in there with me. I'm going to explore this lake. I'll find a spot to fish. I can't guarantee I'm going to catch a fish though, but it's the hard part of fishing. So this is the place that I was looking at. You know, here, this is the spillway. It's clear. I can fish it, but I'm gonna be right against the spillway, which might not be a bad thing, because all that bait's coming this way, and them catfish could very well be stacked up on the base of this spillway. Here's this fence that I was telling you about. It's there to keep people off the dam, but as you can see, somebody went through anyway. And here's the river. I think that's a little too flooded for me to try to fish. Yeah, I don't think I'll do any good down there. Plus, I'm not really sure there's a safe way to get down there right now. But that's where I would go if all this water wasn't going through the overflow. All right, it's time to get baited up. Well, folks, we've been up here for probably a half hour or so. I've got night crawlers out on 2 rods. I haven't so much as got a bite, which I didn't really think that I would. But you don't know until you throw. So I'm going to hang out here for probably another 20 minutes or so, maybe 30. I don't really know that I trust where my truck is parked at, all by its lonesome. And I'd really hate for somebody to go help themselves to whatever's in my truck they might find is interesting. Of course, there could be nothing, and they'll break your windows out anyway, just because they can. Because some people got no common sense. But we're going to give it a little bit more time, and maybe we'll catch something, maybe we won't. I do have one more spot I want to try. If we don't do any good here at the spillway. So let's see what happens. I'll keep you updated. Well, so much for this spot. I reeled in one of my lines to get it, check my bait on it, which I'm just using night crawlers because I can't find any live bait because the lake's frozen. So it was snagged up. I pulled it. I've been here for about an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and reel my other line in, and I'm gonna go try that other spot that I seen. I really don't know that I'm gonna be able to fish it. Well, I might be able to fish it, but there's only like 10 feet off the shore. It's pretty shallow, but there might be something there. I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the stuff reeled up, and I'll start walking back up the trail. So I went to reel in my other one, and it came off the bottom just fine. But I started reeling in, and it found something it wanted to snag on. So I lost both hooks on both rods. But that's okay, because I didn't lose my weights. I'd rather lose a hook any day than lose my slides and my weights. So, all right. Time to walk up that big hill and walk down that long trail, carrying 4 rods, a minnow bucket, and the tackle bag. I'll see you at the next spot. I'll probably do a little footage as I walk through that trail again. I'll tell you what, you don't realize how out of shape you are till you start walking the hill like that. My heart's a thumping. Man, I walk all day at work, but it ain't nothing like this. Plus I got heavy boots on and coveralls and everything else. I got a lot of extra weight. And a minnow bucket. Whew. All right. Well, so y'all ain't got to listen to me dying here because I can't breathe. I'm going to turn the camera off, and we'll see you at the next fishing hole. Be back in a few. All right, this is another spot that I wanted to check before I went to the last spot to fish. I thought, well, maybe being a dock, the ice wouldn't be around it. Once again, we have water, but we have ice under the water. See, everybody's chucking rocks out here, trying to check the thickness, I guess. But one way or another, they didn't get through that ice, so that means I'm not going to get through this ice just trying to fish. So this has been an adventure. I'm going to go ahead and hit the final spot. That actually looks like there's no ice right there, but it looks like there's ice right close to it. So, all right, well, I'm gonna go hit the other spot and give it a shot for a little bit, and if we don't do any good, I'm just gonna call it a video. You know, I'd appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's cool to see this lake like this, because it's normally so windy and choppy out here that if you bring your boat, you got to fight the wind constantly. But it's very pretty. But once again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I don't really expect to catch anything, but we'll give it one more shot. And if you like this video, please smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share it out. I really appreciate it. Every bit of it helps our channel. Well, this is the place I was originally going to start. Well, not really, because I originally wanted to start at the spillway, but I didn't know what it was going to look like. But this is the first place I come to check out. And as you can see, there's still a bunch of ice, but up here there is a hole, and there's a hole right here too, but this is really shallow, and them crappie may or may not be in here. But as you can see, there's still a bunch of ice, so I don't really know that I can fish in that. I can try. If I get out there and it goes thump and that bobber don't stand up. Oh, it stood up. We might be good. We're going to fish this area for just a little while. I'll put a bobber and minnow on, just on the chance that there might be a crappie out there, so, you know, swimming along and saying, ooh, I want to eat. And he sees that minnow, he's like, oh, that's good dinner. But if anything happens and I catch fish, or I start catching fish, I'll be sure to get the camera back on so y'all can see it. Oh, it's been a long day. You know, being off work is more stressful than being at work, I think, sometimes. But if we're not out here trying to catch fish, it's never going to happen. I've moved on up to the next spot here on this pier. I haven't had any luck, but my minnow likes to swim. He's been swimming all over the place. You'd really think he'd pull one of them crappie up. Oh, there he is. Oh, I missed him. I missed my crappie. I hope you all seen that. I'm gonna get back out there where he was at. See if that crappie still ain't there. Man, that's terrible. Man, I hope he's still out there. I could use that crappie for this tournament. All right, I'm gonna get back out there. Maybe he'll still be hungry. If I learn how to cast, I'd do a little better. I think I'm probably a little farther out than what I was, but that's okay. There it is. I got that crappie. Okay, there's one for the tournament, guys. That's all I needed. But I'm gonna try for more. But I'm gonna measure this guy. I'll be back when I get him done. All right, guys, we got that one in for the tournament. That's a 9-inch crappie. So all of our traveling ended up paying off. But if I would have started here in the first place, when I walked out here on the pier, I probably would have got that fish a long time ago. But that's part of fishing. And today has definitely been an adventure. And I can't see that there's only one fish out there. I bet you there's more. They just might not want that dead minnow, because that other minnow was pretty lively. So I may have to walk up to the truck and get the minnow bucket and bring it down. But I know about where he was at. So when I come back, I can try it again. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. It's really a bad time of the year to do videos. So hopefully just me getting out will get you guys out. Instead of sitting at home on the couch or in your chair watching TV, you can enjoy this adventure with me. Y'all can hear all that squalling going on. It's those blue herrings. You can see them out here off the ice. Well, I can see them. I don't know if you guys can. But they're all up in the woods over here, and they're standing on the ice trying to find food. I think they're out of luck, unless they can start digging through that ice. But that's what that noise is. It's really loud a second ago. There's a couple bald eagles that live over here too. You'll see them a lot in the spring. They live over here in this area somewhere. Well, a couple of those blue herrings are taking off. I wish you had came this way. That'd have been a pretty cool shot. All right, it's 2:15. I'm going to give this probably another 30 minutes. I really want to upgrade that crappie to at least a 10-inch. Not like I can just mystically make it grow, but I didn't catch any more crappie in that spot. And usually they run into school. He might have just been a straggler cruising by and found my minnow. So I'm going to give this another 30-45 minutes. Then I'm going to head back to my hometown and try to upgrade my trout. That'll give me probably about an hour between time I get there and dark. So I've got a 13.5-inch rainbow trout right now for the tournament. But I think I can upgrade that. Even to a 14-inch would be great. 1/4 of an inch can make a big difference in a tournament. So I think we might find one more fish between here and the end of that, because I can only go to there because it's frozen from there on. And the side I want to really fish is this side over here, but as you can see, it's a sheet of ice. So, and I figure everybody else in this tournament that I'm doing is pretty much probably got the same problem from all of the cold from the past week. So a lot of people are going to be froze up no matter what, unless they're like on a major river system. But if they are, and this weather stays warm like it's supposed to for the next couple days, they might get on some fish. Man, what is that bright thing in the sky? Well, I haven't seen that for probably a week. It's nice to see the sun out. Maybe get some of this ice melting off these lakes. They do say it's supposed to be like 55 degrees today, so that sun will sure help that. But it's a welcome change from 5 or 10 degrees. I learned how to walk, I won't fall. I almost tripped over the stupid concrete that I was walking on. So just thought I'd show you the sun. For those of you who don't remember what it looks like, there it is. Back to fishing. Oh, I missed another one, guys. I'm gonna get back out there and see if we can't find that dude. He was right over there. I bet you he comes back for it. Gonna bounce that bobber just a little bit. I was not ready for him at all. And he just plunked it under like it was nothing. Shame I missed that one. Let's see. He may come back, he might not. Oh, there's some movement. Bounce it. There you go. Come on. Really thought he might come back after that. Wiggle and jiggle that minnow just a little bit. See if I can entice him to grab it. They're pretty much off of that ice. Well, I mean, they're not that I've caught a lot, but the one I did catch and a bite I got down there was not too far off the ice shelf. So they're probably sitting up underneath that shelf. Alright, well, he didn't bite, so I'll go ahead and turn the camera back off, and if I get anything more, I'll turn it back on. Alright guys, I'm at the end of my journey. I actually came all the way back down trying to catch another fish. I haven't had any luck. Didn't get any more bites besides for that one up there. So I want to say thank you all for coming out on our journey. I know we didn't catch a lot of fish, didn't really expect to, but it's nice to get out, enjoy the nice weather. So thank you all for joining us, and check out the rest of the videos on Your Fun Fishing Adventures channel. Thanks for coming.